بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين إنه خير ناصر ومعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, dear brothers and sisters. Today we're going to speak about the concept of Tawassul. Tawassul in literal sense is mean or mediator, and in religious terms is to intercede someone or something with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to get closer to Him or to fulfill your wishes. There are different types of tawassul. All of them are accepted among the Muslims, but one of them is disputed, and it is the tawassul to the dead. Now let's say if tawassul is accepted and permissible according to the Islamic point of view. In the verses of Quran and Hadith, there are many examples of this type of tawassul that we are going to go through some of them. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in His holy book, the noble Quran,
ولو أنهم إذ ظلموا أنفسهم جاءوك فاستغفروا الله واستغفر لهم الرسول لوجدوا الله توابا رحيما.
When they were unjust to themselves, come to you and asked forgiveness of Allah, and the apostle had also asked forgiveness for them, they would have found Allah the most forgiving, merciful. This verse orders those seeking forgiveness to first go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then ask the Prophet to seek forgiveness for them. Therefore, one of the means of forgiveness is to ask Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam for seeking forgiveness for the sinner. The Quran's order is absolute and demands the faithful to ask Rasulullah unconditionally. In other words, going to Rasulullah is not limited to just one state, which is the state of being alive. It includes all states, whether Rasulullah or the person that you're going to him is alive or in the afterlife, in the other world. So if you want to limit this order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His book, Quran, to just a specific state of being alive, we need an evidence. There is also another example. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He wants to speak about the characteristics of His noble prophet Isa, Jesus Christ, He says,
وجيها في الدنيا والآخرة ومن المقربين.
the noble Quran says, wajih, in this world and in the hereafter. Based on this ayah, a person's transfer from one world to another doesn't have any effect on his position before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In many traditions, Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam recommended people to resort to the dead. For example, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, someone asked Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali alayhi salam about his problems and wanted to have a solution for that. Imam alayhi salam taught him a supplication, and within that supplication there is this part speaking about going to the dead and asking them for forgiveness, for help. And this riwayah, this supplication contains a sentence saying, O Allah, I address you through Muhammad and his progeny, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Imam al-Sadiq is narrating this supplication, recommending the people to do the same as what Imam Ali alayhi salam said. Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam is living around a century after the demise of Rasulullah and after the demise of Amir al-Mu'mineen, after the martyrdom of Amir al-Mu'mineen and Hasanain alayhimus salam. There is also another dua in As-Sahifat As-Sajjadiyya for Imam al-Sajjad alayhi salam, that Imam alayhi salam says, بحق من تعبد لك فيه من ابتدائه إلى وقت فنائه من ملك قربته أو نبي أرسلته. Meaning, by the right of whoever worships you in this Ramadan until from its beginning until its end. Then the Imam alayhi salam names those worshippers, the angel whom you have brought close to you, the prophet whom you have sent for the guidance of the people, and the righteous servant you have chosen. After naming them, the Imam alayhi salam seeks intercession through these people because of their rights with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Imam's supplication here is also regardless of whether those people are alive or dead. Tawassul is also based on common sense. In our daily lives, we see that people resort to someone else to make requests. For example, it is quite common for the kids that when they want to make a request to their fathers, they do it through their mothers. Another example is that when someone wants to make a request to the chairman of a company, they prefer to go through someone who is close to that chairman. You see, tawassul, or resorting to someone or something, is quite normal and based on common sense. In the end, we saw that we have the ayat of Quran and riwayat of Ahlul Bayt, and also common sense backing the idea and concept of tawassul. In the end, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us with true understanding of the concepts and ideas of Ahlul Bayt. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.